Well, it actually takes place in the Bronx. We're right next door to a Catholic elementary school, and every so often we're invited by the students and the teachers to come over for lunch and recess with the kids.
Right.
So it's always fun. And with kids, they can talk about saints and angels for only so long.
Yes.
And then the subject has to turn to what we're wearing.
Right.
And they ask, there's no screen. They just say whatever they're thinking.
Yeah.
So they'll ask questions like, "Do you sleep in that? Were you born like that?" Fun stuff like that. So anyways, one of the sisters was dining with a 5-year-old girl, and they're going back and forth. And finally, the little girl, they're talking about saints and God and
Right.
beautiful things. Then all of a sudden, the little girl says to her, "What's that on your head?" pointing at our veil.
Yeah.
The sister, is trying to explain it. Well, the habit is a sign of our consecration, the veil, a part
Right.
of our witness. The little girl didn't get it. So finally, the sister just simply said, "Well, I wear a veil because I'm married to Jesus." And this little girl slams her hands down on the table, looks up and says, "He chose you?" I mean, it's amazing, right?
It is.
On one hand, I ask myself the same question every day.
Yeah.
But I think what was so charming about it, really, and delightful in this little girl is she touched upon this need of the human heart, that she wasn't so surprised that God had chosen this particular sister,
Right.
but really that he had chosen any one of us.
Yeah.
Right? That God chooses us to exist. And it says in St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians that God chose us in his Son before the foundation of the world.
Well, and I think just, your witness in the world, who knows what that 5-year-old girl will remember 5, 10, 15 years, 20
That's
years
right.
from now.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
know.